Welcome here, folks, to the Keith Miller Arena, specifically in the East Hand Sportsplex, for this U15 matchup between the Rangers and the Wildcats. Puck drop is about to be underway. And here we go. Wildcats will win it up and push it, but the Rangers will get possession. Here comes U15. He'll get hit off that one. And the Wildcats come the other way. The shot on net, that's just high. Another shot on net deflected off by Murray Chapman. Here come the Rangers breaking out. It's West. Put up to Turner. Turner's trying to pass it over. Shot on net. Puck still alive in front. They're battling for it. And it's high and up and out. A close chance to start off. So the draw here in the Wildcat zone. Battle for it at the dot, and they'll go into the corner. It's moved up, the Wildcats will break out. That'll get passed over and broken up and dumped in by Finley Howe. The Wildcats will get possession, and Inners will try and cover it up, but that'll break free. Wilmot trying to keep it in, that'll go back to Gugu. He'll cut around and skate in with it. Rolls gets his body in the way and stops that. Behind the net, Wildcats are cycling it. Moved up, and he'll go into the neutral zone and dump it in. It's Rolls. That's back behind the Rangers net. And big hit there. Gugu with it. He'll make a play over to LeBlanc. LeBlanc back behind his net, and he'll get tripped up. So we'll see the first penalty of the game, and it's against the Wildcats. So the Rangers going to the power play, looking to open up the scoring early in this contest. It's McKim taking the drop over. He'll win that off to the side. Wildcats will try and cycle it out, but that's kept in. It's over to West. West will walk in and take a shot on net. That's almost tipped in. Puck's still alive in front, and the ref blows the whistle. There's no cover on that puck. Great way to start the power play. And a close chance for Burgess. Draw here again, and McKim will get kicked out. Rangers with possession, that'll go up. Over to West. Cash West with it now. He'll hand it in for McKim. Down in for Burgess. Back up to West. West will take a moment with it, circle around, some nice feet on him, and he'll hand it over. Back to West. Over to McKim. With a shot on net, and that's off a body in front, almost tipped in. West will try and keep that in. He'll get some help from McKim. Wildcats will get possession, and they'll rim it around the boards. That's held in by the Rangers. Not for long, though, and the Wildcats will clear it back into the Rangers zone. That's moved up to Burgess. Burgess got a good look here. He'll try and cut in, but a good defensive play to keep him out. It's 2-4 now. He'll walk in, takes a cut back, and passes it over to Wilmot. He'll throw it into the corner. And it over. Keating trying to get it out, and he will for the Wildcats. Rangers taking a moment in their own zone. Up to DeVore. He's coming in with some speed. He'll head into the corner, take a stop and have a look. He'll move it up. And over to Wilmot. Wilmot now, he'll take a shot in. That's tipped. A good opportunity for Turner in front. Back over to Wilmot. He'll try and throw it over. That gets backed up to Gugu. Gugu with a shot on net. That's off the pad of Inners. Big hit in the corner. Turner trying to get the Wildcat man off him. And Wilmot will grab it. He walks in. He'll hand it over. Play live in front. And a diving save. A quick change here for both teams. And the Wildcat will win it back, and they'll rim it around, trying to get it out of their zone. That gets scooped up and out, but Kendall's there to make a hit, and another one to keep the Wildcats off that puck in his zone. Moved around by LeBlanc, over to West. West in the corner now of his own zone. He's going to move it up. Or he's going to try to at least. Wildcats there to dump it back into the Rangers zone. That's moved behind and moved up. Rangers now over to West. West will take a minute and hand it up to Finley Howe, and he'll try and move it in to the Wildcats zone. He will, but they'll get possession. Here comes Grinnell. He's in the corner, and he'll play it in front. Over to Cooper now. Rangers trying to get it out of their zone, and they will. So that'll head back to the Wildcats zone. No icing on that play. It's moved around. Here comes the Wildcats with some speed. It's Ferguson. He's moving in, and he'll get hit off that puck by Wilmot. That's up and around for Burgess. Burgess trying to get it out. He'll go up and play it in off the head of, I'm not sure who, Gugu it looks like. And he's feeling around up there. That definitely stung a little. But nonetheless, Rangers will get it out with the help of McKim, and he'll dump it in to the Wildcats zone. Wildcats now trying to break it out. That's played in and a shot on net, and the Rangers will take the early advantage. It's Burgess who had a good opportunity on the power play, and the pressure will pay off for him as he throws in a rebound. Top shelf. Give the Rangers the lead with 9:35 left to go in the first. That's over and dumped in by Rolls. Down in behind the net now. Wildcats battling for it. They're going to try and make a play happen here. Kept in, and a big hit there. A couple big hits, and that puck will escape down into the Wildcats zone. Another big hit from DeFore, and he'll get it and walk in. He'll try and hand it over. No one was there, so Hene will get his stick on it. Back for DeFore. Back to Wilmot at the blue line, and he'll take a minute with it, but he'll lose that puck. He gets back in time and dumps it back in for Turner, who will take a loop around the net in the Wildcats zone. Along the boards now. He'll hand it back. DeFore dumps into the corner for Hene. They'll lose possession, and the Wildcats will make a move to get it out. It's Rolls. He'll hand it off. And that's moved up and dumped in on to Marie Chapman. And she'll play it off. Here comes Wilmot. Wilmot now moving in with some speed, but he'll lose that one. Hene gets possession for him, though, and dumps it in so the Rangers can come off for a change, get some fresh legs out there. It's LeBlanc on the puck with some pressure. Back for West now. West having a look, and he'll try and play it up. But Grinnell's there, and that's an offside with 8:07 left to go in the first. Draw here. And it's in and down. We'll get an icing to stop the play. Draw here in the Rangers zone. That's played around the back. Moved up to Finley Howe. Moved up into the neutral zone, and the Wildcats will get possession, but some pressure from the Rangers, and they'll dump it in deep where Inners will have to make a play. Draw here in the Wildcats zone. Rangers looking to extend their lead. Some confusion here with the refs, so we'll take a moment before face-off. So it looks like McGuire's going to the box. For what? I am not sure. But it looks as though the Rangers are going to get another power play. So Rangers power play here, they're going to take that opportunity. That gets moved up and dumped in. Rangers after it now. Wildcat as well are after it. Moved around. For McLaughlin, sorry, and he'll dump it out. Wilmot's after it. Dumped in by the Wildcats, and the Rangers will chase after it. That's moved up for Finley Howe. He's got a good look now. Nice move around. Another one, and that's poked away by Inners to keep him out of the danger zone. Moved up for Wilmot now. Wilmot over to his D partner. Back to Wilmot. He'll hand it off for Kendall. Kendall shot on net. That's off the leg of a Wildcats player. And it'll sneak out past Wilmot. Wildcats getting a well-needed change here. And here come the Rangers. Wilmot getting hooked and then hit into the boards. No call on that play. But Finley Howe now battling in the corner forward. That'll get moved around. Lonergan, he'll try and dump it in, and he will. And he'll chase after it. Moved around by the Wildcat, or the Rangers, excuse me. And moved up. Here's West with it now. West will make a couple moves and bring it in to the Wildcat zone. Hands it off for McKim, and he'll take a shot on net. That's just off the blocker of Inners. Hand it off for Burgess. Burgess back for West over. A little too far ahead. And the Wildcats will try and make a play out, and they will after a couple hard-hitting hits into the board. Move back now. Rangers taking a moment to regroup. It's West with it. Cash West, he'll move it up to McKim. McKim will dump it in, and Inners will come into the net to play it and rim it around. It hits weirdly off the glass. So the Rangers will take possession. Over for Wilmot. Wilmot now gets thrown back into the Rangers zone, so he'll have to chase. Off for and an offside there. Had to make a camera adjustment. Sorry about that. So the draw here. Move back for the Wildcats. It's Fowler with it, and he's going to try and get it out, but that'll hit off his own skate and dump in. So the Wildcats will have to regroup. Moved up and into the neutral zone. It's Robichaud. He'll take a shot. Rebound bounces back in front, and that's covered up. So we'll get another stoppage in play here. 4:55 left to go. Draw here in the Rangers zone. That's rimmed around up for Turner. Turner will take a minute in the boards and hand it off for DeVore. Here comes DeVore with some speed. He's still got it, and he'll dump it in to the Wildcats zone. Battle for it behind the net, and we're going to get a penalty here against the Rangers. So Wildcats will go to the power play off of an A trip against the Rangers. So the draw will head down to the Rangers zone. And Martin will take the draw for the Wildcats. Let's move back around for the Rangers, and they're going to try and kill it with DeFore, and he'll throw it down the length of the ice. So Wildcats will have to regroup. DeFore still putting on some pressure. Moved over. And in, here comes Rudin. He's going to take a stride into the net, and that gets hit away by a defenseman. Rudin's still on it. Poked out, and that'll go out to the neutral zone. So Wildcats will have to clear. Martin now. He'll dump it in. Rangers after it. That's moved around, and the Rangers will clear once again. Dita will keep it in with his hand and passes it off for Greneau. Shot on net, and that's off the pad of Murray Chapman. Thrown up, and Greneau will keep that in his possession and hands it over. Ferguson now. He'll cut it, but that gets thrown out by Finley Howe. McKay over to Keating. Up by McKay to Rolls. Back, and a shot on net, and that's off the pad. Rangers trying to get it out. 30 seconds left on their penalty kill. Gugu's battling. That'll get thrown up and cleared by Wilmot. And the Rangers will get a change. McKay hit pretty hard into the boards, and the Wildcats don't like that, so we'll get another penalty against the Rangers. This time against Finley Howe. So another 2 minutes added on to the clock for the Wildcats to try and tie this one up late into the first. The draw here being taken by Ferguson. Refs and the box work are trying to figure out something about the clock. Looks like they're not going to be able to figure it out, so ref seems to be telling one of the Rangers players when he has to get out. All right, and we're ready to go for puck drop. Ferguson's trying to get it in, and he will. Down behind the net of the Rangers zone. Picked up by Rolls. He'll hand it off for McKay. Over to Keating. Keating now back for McKay. And a shot on net one-timer, and that'll get fanned on by Ferguson, but over to Rolls. He'll fan on that pass, move up for Keating. Down in. Over to Rolls with a good play. Back in for... And he'll get smoked in front of the net. What a big hit from Turner. Ferguson now. He'll walk in with, but he'll lose that one. Take a moment along the boards here, and he'll take a shot on net. That's high and hits off the glass. McKay now. He'll throw it in around the net. Over for Rolls. Back up for Keating. Keating will fan on that pass, and that'll escape out to the neutral zone thanks to Hene. Ferguson pokes away from him and in. Wildcats taking a moment in their own zone. Into the neutral zone now. Dumped in by Bartow Kelly. Round into the corner. Chalk's battling for it. Couple bodies down, and that'll try to get thrown in by the Wildcats. And a shot in. It's beside the net. And a lay down block by a Rangers defenseman will keep that out. Another shot on net. That's off the glove of Murray Chapman, and that'll go into the corner. Moved up. Back for Bartow Kelly. And thrown in. Now here come the Rangers. West. Cash West shot on net, and that's off of inners. And thrown out. Here come the Wildcats now. McKim trying to lay the body. And thrown in by West just off of the net. McKim was tripped up there, but he'll get up and put on some pressure. Moved up, and that's just too far ahead. So an icing against the Wildcats will send them back down to their own zone for the face-off. Just 42 seconds left to go here in the first period. Draw here being taken by McKim of the Rangers. Against Robichaud. And another missed draw. McKim will get kicked out for the second time this game. So Hubley will have to take it. Throwing around. Glant now. He'll get it up. Robichaud, and he'll take a shot. That's blocked off by Wilmot. Hit into the corner. Grinnell will take a shot, and that's in! Off a tip from Robichaud, I thought. But I see Grinnell going first through the line, so it looks like he might get the credit. And the Wildcats will tie this up with 23 seconds left. Tied up by the captain. One back by the Wildcat. Fowler over to Grinnell. Back for, I forget who. McLaughlin now. He'll throw it out for Wilmot. Over for Turner, and Turner's will come into the Wildcat zone with some speed. He'll stop and throw it around the net for Hene, who will be there in the other corner. And that's the end of that first period. Scores 1-1 after 15 minutes. Bruno tying it up for the Wildcats late. We'll just take a quick break here, folks, and we'll be back with the second period in just a moment.
Tonight's stream is brought to you by John Ross & Sons, Atlantic Canada's scrap metal pros. Cleaning out the garage, job site, or shop, turn your steel, copper, and aluminum into cash. Drop off at their HRM locations or book a convenient bin for bigger hauls. Family-owned, environmentally responsible recycling that keeps our community clean and jobs local. Visit jrsons.ca and tell them High Button Sports sent you. John Ross & Sons, scrap metal made simple.
Welcome back here, folks, for the second period between the Rangers and the Wildcats. Scores 1-1, and the puck's dropped, and DeFore will get it for the Rangers as he tries to bring it in. That's poked away. The Wildcats will bring it out to the neutral zone. Picked up and thrown back by Rude, and that'll get moved up. Wildcats with it, and they'll dump it in. Rangers trying to keep it out of their zone. Here come the Wildcats. Shot on net, and that's just off the side of the pad of Murray Chapman. Another shot on net, that's high and wide. Moved around. Ferguson now putting some pressure on. That's moved up, and we'll get a stoppage in play here. And another penalty, it looks like. Not sure who against. Looks like Rude's going to the box here for the Wildcats. So the Rangers will get a power play. They're going to try and get their lead back. The draw will go down to the Wildcat zone. That's thrown in. Wildcats break it out, and Rangers will have to regroup. Wilmot now behind his own net having a look. Moved up and over. Finley Howe can't get his stick on it, so that'll get tipped into the corner. Battling for it, Finley Howe, and he'll get possession. He'll move it back for Cooper. Cooper takes a minute in the corner. Getting some pressure put on him. Cooper still with it, trying to get out of that side. And Finley Howe will be in for some help. Finley Howe. Still along the boards there. The Rangers, need to get it out of there. Or that'll happen. And the Wildcats will clear it. Both teams regroup, some of them getting some fresh legs on the ice. Here comes Wilmot. He'll take a minute along those boards and cut in down behind the net, and he'll cut around. Wilmot still with it. McPherson's going in deep, and he'll hand that off over for Cooper. Moved in by Burgess up. A shot on net by Wilmot, and that gets tipped in front and down. But Inners will keep that puck out of the net. Moved up for Wilmot. Wilmot's still with it. He's going to try and cut in and push through, but that gets cleared away and dumped out by Keating. Down back into the Rangers zone. So McKim will pick it up for the Rangers. 10 seconds left on their power play, and the Wildcats will get possession. And that's thrown up at the blue line, kept in by LeBlanc. And thrown out by Bartow Kelly. And they're back to even strength. Keating now with it. He'll hand it up, and that's off the foot of Martin, it looks like, and looked like it stung a little, but here comes Burgess. He'll dump it in. Keating's after it into the corner. Around for his D partner. Bartow Kelly pushing him off that one, but that's moved up. It's West. He'll take a shot. That's blocked in front by Bartow Kelly, and he'll take it in the neutral zone. Moved off and thrown in to the stick of LeBlanc, and that's moved up. Dufour can't get there in time, so it'll go the length of the ice. No icing, however. They'll go into the boards hard. It's an A. He'll hand it over. West couldn't get there in time, so that'll get moved out by Howard. And up for Robichaud. Robichaud hitting to the boards pretty hard. No call from the refs there. Fans aren't happy about that one. And it's Wilmot with it now. Wilmot walking in. He'll hand it off. And a shot on net. That's off the stick of Inners and played out. We'll get a stoppage in play. Renault and Turner exchanging some words in the corner. Refs breaking that up. Although I'm sure it's words of encouragement to each other. Draw here in the Wildcat zone. One back by the Rangers. Moved up to LeBlanc. LeBlanc with a shot on net. That's straight through and hits off the shoulder of Inners. Kendall will pick up that rebound. Gruneau trying to get it out, and he'll get some help from Howard, and they'll get it out. Moved up and dumped in by Kendall. Gruneau will go after it in his own zone. Kendall in the corner now. He's trying to play it out. That gets moved up. Rangers still with possession. Finley Howe. He'll dump it into the corner for Howard, and that puck is loose, and Inners will cover that one up. So the draw here in the Wildcats zone. Rangers putting on a good deal of pressure in the last few minutes. They're looking to take their lead back. One back and thrown in by Burgess. Wildcats will take possession. They're going to try and get it out. Moved up to Ferguson. He'll bring it in the neutral zone before getting hit off that puck, and McKim will go after it in the corner of his own zone. He's hit pretty heavy into the boards. Hubley now up for Burgess. Burgess will dump it in. And a couple of Rangers players will come off for a change. Will Gruneau has it in the corner for the Wildcats. Played off to McKay, to Ferguson. Here comes DeFore. He's got the puck and he'll circle back around. DeFore now. Moved up for McLaughlin. He'll throw it up, kept in by Wilmot. DeFore taking a quick moment to get back up after a collision behind the net. And the Rangers won't be able to enter in immediately, so Ferguson will get it and he'll make a break to the Rangers zone. Dumped on net, and Murray Chapman will cover that one up. 14-13 left here in the second period. So the draw here in the Rangers zone. Wildcats looking to set something up and to take their first lead of the game. One in by the Rangers. Wilmot will pick it up in the corner and around the net. Wilmot. He can't totally get that one out, so the Wildcats will battle in the corner for it. It's Gallant. He'll move it in front, and that play gets tipped off by Turner. Wildcats still with it, however. Dumped in. Gallant. He'll try and get it in. Played in front. Gallant still trying to get it in. He'll get hit off that one. And we're going to get another penalty. Against Turner of the Rangers. So Wildcats getting their second power play, I believe. Or I believe this would be third, actually. Third power play for the Wildcats. They're going to try and capitalize on this one and take their first lead of the game. It's Martin taking the draw. He'll win it back. Keating now hands it over back for Martin. Back to Keating. Keating over to McKay. And McKay can't keep that one in, so Wildcats will have to regroup in the neutral zone. Keating now hands it up, and that gets tipped off. Martin back for Keating. Cooper putting on a good deal of pressure for the Rangers here. McKay played in for Keating, and he'll take a look and skate up with it. Over for McKay. McKay to Martin, and Martin will walk in with it. Here comes Hunter Martin. Thrown in front. Puck's alive, and McKay will try and pinch in at that one. And a couple of close opportunities. Martin's still on the puck. That's moved up to Keating. Keating will walk in and take a shot. That's just wide. McKay now will dump it around to the back. That's flown up and over. And that'll get cleared out almost. Keating keeps that one in. Cooper will tip it away. And he'll get hit into the boards and take a fall by Keating. McKay now in his own zone. He'll throw it around to Keating. Wildcats taking a moment. That'll get flipped up. And the puck's out of play. Don't think anybody's seen where it went. clock seems to be running. I don't know if they're going to add that time back. Yeah, ref will go over there. They're going to try and add the seconds back here. $12:14 they'll add. So now the draw here, one in by the Wildcats. They're going to try and get it out. It's Wilmot, and he'll take a shot on net. Puck's alive, and Bartow Kelly will move it up. Over for Robichaud, and that'll get tipped in. Gugu's got that puck, and he'll take a moment and fly it high and deep into the Wildcats zone. Inners comes out of the net to play it. That's thrown back. Bartow Kelly moves it up. Here comes Ferguson with a shot on net, and that's just high. A powerful shot there. Robichaud will throw it around. Rude in the corner now, battling for it. Ferguson will come out with it. A shot on net. That hits off a player in front and a weird bounce. But played out by Turner. Moved up and over for Hubley, and that'll be a shot. McPherson's still on trail of it. And another penalty for slashing. Bartow Kelly going to the box for the Wildcats. So the Rangers back on the power play with 11:09 left to go here. Draw here in the Wildcats zone. That's one back by the Rangers. Over for LeBlanc. LeBlanc will take a second, walk it over. And a shot on net by McKim. That's just high. Kept in by LeBlanc. Along the boards now, and Rolls will clear that out to the neutral zone for the Wildcats. West will play it in for Finley Howe. Wildcats will take possession of that one. It's McLaughlin. He'll lose that one to Finley Howe, and Finley Howe is battling in the corner for it now. McLaughlin will clear it out, kept in by LeBlanc. Finley Howe's after it in the corner. Along the boards now, trying to make a play happen down for Burgess, up to McKim. Back for West now. Shot on net by West, and that's just high and wide. Burgess in there battling for it in the corner. Can't get that puck out of the corner. They'll sneak out eventually, and it's up for West. West now, trying to make a play in. Shot on net, and that will almost fly in. LeBlanc with a shot. That's off the legs of a Wildcats player, and it'll eventually get cleared out by the Wildcats. Here comes West trying to catch them on the change. West flying in with some speed. He'll cut back. He'll play it over for DeFore. DeFore back for Wilmot. Over to DeFore. He'll walk in and have a look and hands it off for Hannay. But that play gets broken up by Rolls and cleared out back into the Rangers zone. Rangers taking a moment. Moved up for DeFore. DeFore now, he'll walk in. Take a moment at the boards and dump it over to Gugu. With a shot on net, and that's off the legs of Martin. Thrown into the corner. Turner battling for it. Moved up for Gugu. He'll play it in for DeFore. A battle for it. McKay giving them a great deal of pressure. Moved over to Wilmot. Wilmot will take a shot on net, and that's a great glove save by Inners to keep that one out of the net. McKay battling for it for the Wildcats, and that'll get moved over and thrown out by Bartow Kelly. And an icing. So we'll go back to the Wildcat zone. Still no goals to be scored here in the second period. Both teams putting on some pressure. Kendall taking the draw. Moved over. Finley Howe can't keep it in, but that'll be moved up for LeBlanc. Misplay off of Keating. Just high and hits off the blocker of Inners. Kendall now. Moves it around. Up for West. West will take a minute and shoot it in, but that's off of McKay. Up for West. West will dump it into the corner for Kendall. Kendall with a great play out front. Shot on net by McPherson. And that just hits off the crossbar. A great setup by Kendall. But that'll eventually go out to the Rangers zone for West. West moves it up to McPherson. Battle for it at the red line. Here comes, it looks like Kendall into the corner, and that play will get broken up by Bartow Kelly. And it'll go back to the neutral zone. Wilmot will hand it in for Kendall. He can't get his stick on it. Back for Fowler. A couple Wildcats players got tied up, so none of them could receive that pass. So Finley Howe's in there battling. Still battling for it in the corner, and that'll get rimmed around. Up for Gugu. He'll throw it in. Down in for Cooper now. Or McKim, sorry. Back up for Gugu. Over to Wilmot. Wilmot can't keep it in as it hits off his stick in a weird way. But that's back into the Wildcat zone. Hubely battling for it. Back up for Gugu. He'll dump it in. Thrown up. And the Wildcats will take this opportunity to skate it in. Gugu's after it behind his own net. He'll get possession and try and throw it up. But that's dumped back in by Robichaud. Wilmot. Thrown back for Gugu. Moved up, and they can't get possession on that one, so that's dumped back in. It'll finally get out to the neutral zone, and Ferguson will dump it back into the Rangers zone. Wilmot after it again. They just can't seem to break out here. Gugu moves it up. Back for Gugu off a hit. He'll move it in the neutral zone. Gugu dumps it in. It's DeFore now. He's walking around into the corner behind the net. He'll tip that up for West. Back to DeFore. Can't get his stick on it. So Ferguson will take it behind his own net and skate it. Here comes Ferguson with a couple nice moves. He'll skate it around and throw it into the corner, where he'll get possession back and try and make a play in front, but no one's there to tip that rebound in. West in the corner now against Ferguson. Ferguson will make a hit on him. And a shot on net, and that's played off by Murray Chapman. Moved up, it's DeFore off a turnover. And Turner trying to get it out, and he will. Here comes Turner now. Big hit in front. Laid out by Ferguson, it looks like. Now DeFore with it. Here comes DeFore. Hands it off for West, who will try and get it in. Tipped in and covered by Inners, and will get a stoppage in play. 4:35 left here in this contest, or the second period, sorry. Draw here in the Wildcats zone. Kendall taking the drop for the Rangers. He'll get hit off that one, and the Wildcats will clear it out. That'll go down, and that's an icing against the Wildcats. So we'll head back to their zone. Score still 1-1 here.
Now the play then. Moved over, Wildcats breaking out now. Saucer pass, but a little too far ahead of Howard. So it'll be a race for it against Google. Martin in there as well, Baffin. It'll pop out, Wilmot will pick it up behind his net.
They'll move it up. Burgess can't keep that puck on his stick, so that'll get played out. It's a 2-on-1, but Wilmot gets back and gets the Wildcats off that puck. It's Martin now. He'll play it in front. Back behind the net, Howard almost had an opportunity, but that gets cleared out by the Rangers. In an icing. Draw here back into the Rangers zone. 3:40 left in the second period. That's played over. Rugu will throw it in. Rugu's still battling for it.
That'll be picked up by Wilmot. Wilmot will find it around the boards, but the Wildcats are there to block that one off. They're throwing it.
Moved up to McLaughlin. Played down behind the net for Robichaud. Thrown in front. And McPherson will pick it up and break out. Kendall can't get a stick on that puck, so that'll move back into the Rangers zone. Moved up by Burgess, but he can't get there in time. So Grenosori will take it, and that goes in to the Rangers zone. Wilmot battling for it. Galant's in there as well.
Battle for it in front, middle. Spit out. Now thrown into the corner. Wilmot battling for it, trying to keep this play behind the net. Wildcats now back up for Bernardo Baffin.
It'll take a minute. Couple fancy moves to the blue line and a shot on net. That'll hit off a couple players. Here come the Rangers. It's Wilmot and Hill. Pulling it up high and in, and another icing against the Rangers, so they won't be able to change. Draw here back in the Rangers zone. Martin's taking the draw for the Wildcats. That's thrown in. Wilmot with it. That'll rim around for Hubley. Can't get there in time, so Fowler will throw it in. Howard now in the corner, trying to make a play, and he'll throw it around. Wildcats with it. McGuire in the corner. Moved up, and they can't keep that one in, so they'll sneak out back to the Wildcat zone. Hubley's making a rush for it. Bartow Kelly with it. That play will get broken up by Finley Howe, and a couple bodies will fall along the boards. Kicked away by McKim. Great play there. Finley Howe. He'll move it up. Here comes Hubley. He's trying to get ahead. But that play's broken up by Fowler. A great defensive effort. And he'll take it up now. Fowler trying to make a play in, but he'll lose that puck. It's off for McGuire. Shot on net. That's just wide. Into the final minute of this second period. Here comes Turner. Turner will throw it around. And the Wildcats will take it. Moved up. McGuire can't get his stick on it. Here comes Martin with a great poke. And he'll walk in. Hands it back up, but Wilmot's there. Wilmot hands it over for DeFore. Back for Wilmot. Over to Turner with a shot on net. Down in for DeFore. And he'll try and escape out to the corner. Gets hit off that one, and that's moved up to Rude. Played in, and Ferguson will head into the corner for it. Turner now. Trying to chip that one out for the Rangers, but they can't get their stick on that. Here comes McKay. Just 7 seconds left, and he'll dump it in. Wilmot back. Ferguson now. He'll take a final shot on net. And this game will stay 1-1 as the second period comes to an end. The teams will go to their respective locker rooms for a flood, and we'll be back in just a moment for the third period.
Tonight's stream is brought to you by John Ross & Sons, Atlantic Canada's scrap metal pros. Cleaning out the garage, job site, or shop, turn your steel, copper, and aluminum into cash. Drop off at their HRM locations or book a convenient bin for bigger hauls. Family-owned, environmentally responsible recycling that keeps our community clean and jobs local. Visit jrsons.ca and tell them High Button Sports sent you. John Ross & Sons, scrap metal made simple.
Welcome back here, folks, to this game between the Rangers and the Wildcats. 1-1. Third period is underway. That's moved up. Greeno. He'll walk in with it. Lots of speed and gets hit off that one. Kendall with it now. Trying to force it out of their zone, and the Rangers are still with it. Here's West. He'll circle back. Rangers still battling for it in their own zone. Ferguson will pick up a misplay off of West. And it's in front for McLaughlin. He'll get hit off that one. Thrown in front. Ferguson can't get his stick on it, so that'll move up. It's Finley Howe now. That's dumped in. And icing, it looks like. Played off in front. West is going after it behind the net. Thrown in front for the Wildcats. That'll get played off. Wilmot trying to throw it through. Greeno now. Back for Gallant. Gallant will win it back to Greeno. He'll take a minute behind his own net. Wildcats regrouping here, and he'll fly up into the neutral zone. It's Greeno. And an offside will stop that play. He's not happy about that one. Draw here just outside the Rangers zone. 18:40 left here in the third. That's one back by the Rangers. Moved over to Wilmot. He'll throw it in for Hene. Can't get his stick on it, so it's moved up to Gallant of the Wildcats. Kept in by Gugu, and he'll throw it in behind the net. DeFore's after it. Battle for it still in the corner of the Wildcat zone. DeFore comes out with it, moves it up for Gugu with a shot on net, and that'll go off the blocker of Inners. Battle for it along the boards. Wilmot will throw it in, and that's dived at by Hene to keep it in. Gugu's after it. He'll play it in front. No one's there. So Wildcats will take possession. Gallant now moves it over, and that's tipped in. Robichaud snuck behind the two Rangers defensemen. He could have had a great opportunity. He'll get hit into the boards by Gugu, and DeFore's there to get that out from behind the net. Moved up and dumped in. There's Wilmot. Wilmot now. Walking in. He'll make a fancy move and try and play it in front, but no one's there. Hit weirdly off that glass again. That's the second time this game. And it'll stay in, but Rangers will take possession back in their own zone and regroup. Kept in by LeBlanc, and that'll get dumped down back into the Rangers zone and an icing against the Wildcats, so we'll head down to their zone now. So the draw here in the Wildcats zone. Rangers looking to reclaim their lead that they had early in the first. That's one back to LeBlanc with a shot on net. That hits off. Another shot from LeBlanc. It'll sneak in, and a great save by Inners to just keep that one out in between the pads. So we'll see some changes here from the Wildcats. The draw here just outside the Wildcat zone. McCann taking the draw for the Rangers. He'll win it back. for West, and West will dump it in. That'll rim around, and that's thrown in by LeBlanc. Wildcats take possession, moved up by Greneau. Burgess is there to block that pass from happening. And Greneau will blow a tire. Burgess now, he'll take a shot, and that's just wide. LeBlanc now. Moved up. Here come the Wildcats. It's Ferguson with some speed. He'll hand it over. And Rude just couldn't get his stick there. So it'll rim around. A penalty coming up here. Cooper trying to get his stick on it. We'll get a stoppage. A tripping call. No one's going to the box yet. Not sure who did it. It looks like Ferguson is going to be the one with the call. So Rangers will head back on the power play. 16-10 left to go here. That's one back up to Wilmot. Wilmot now will hand it over. It's LeBlanc back for Wilmot. Moved in for Kendall with a shot on net, and that's blockered away by Inners with a great save. Wilmot thrown in for Cooper. He'll play it back for LeBlanc, who will move around, and Rolls is there to break that play up. Niebel over and dumped in to the Rangers zone by Greneau. Wilmot will regroup and grab the puck off of Murray Chapman. Moved over. Kendall throws it up for Cooper now. He'll take a second to move it into the Wildcats zone. That's handed back. Kendall will block that from leaving the zone, but not for long. West will regroup and take possession. Hands it over for LeBlanc, who makes a hit. Looks like a slew foot of sorts, but no call on that play, thankfully for the Rangers at least. West now behind the net. Makes a play up to Cooper. Cooper in the corner. Cooper now. Ref gets in his way, so he'll loose the puck off for DeFore. DeFore still with behind the net, and he'll get muscled into the boards. Battle for it in the corner now. Moved up for Cooper at the blue line. Cooper will walk in, take a shot on net, and that's off the stick of Inners. DeFore moves it back. Back over for Wilmot. Shot on net, and that's high and hits off of Inners' mask, it looked like. Cooper still battling for it in the corner. Moves it back. And thrown in front for Wilmot. He'll take a shot. That's blocked in front and thrown out by Keating. Wilmot doesn't like that one. West grabs it, moves it back for DeFore. Up for Hene. Hene now trying to make a play, and that'll clear out to the Rangers zone. It's LeBlanc with it. He'll throw it in. Down behind the net now, and the Rangers look like they're going to go onto the penalty kill. Inners is out of the net as Gallant brings it in to McGuire. Back to McGuire, and he scores! The go-ahead goal. Wildcats take the lead off of Gallant. A great 2-on-1 there. Gallant to McGuire, back to Gallant, and he'll tip that one in. Wildcats take the lead 2-1. 13:35 left to go. One back by the Rangers now. Here's LeBlanc. He'll move it up for Hubley. That's thrown in. Both these teams playing pretty rough out there. Another weird bounce off that glass. LeBlanc will dump it in. Another penalty. And it looks like the Rangers will go to the power play now. Once again. Looks like it's Bartow Kelly going to the box here. So the draw here in the Wildcats zone. Rangers now looking to tie it. With Hene taking the draw. One back to Wilma. Thrown over for West now. He'll hand it off for DeFore, who can't get there in time, but he'll pick that up in the corner. Still battling for it. One off by Ferguson, and he'll try and clear it. Another weird bounce off the glass. That's the 5th time this game. So it'll exit out. And West will pick it up in his own zone. Circles around, and he'll skate with it. Here comes West making a push. He'll walk in and circle back at the blue line and hand it off for DeFore. DeFore now walking in, a shot on net, and that's into the chest of Inners, and he'll keep this game at 2-1. So the draw here in the Wildcats zone. Rangers looking to tie with just 1:25 left in their power play. Wildcats off the boards, and that's kept in by West. He'll circle it back around for DeFore, who will walk in, circle back, and hand it back to West. West over to Wilmot. Battle in front of the net there. Wilmot. Hene, and that's off the post. He'll cycle it back to Wilmot, who elects to take it in. He'll pinch, walks in, shot on net, and that's just off. West trying to get there, and he can't get there in time to keep that one in, so the Rangers will have to regroup. 47 seconds left on their power play. Wilmot now hands it off for Hene. He'll walk in wide behind the net now. He'll circle around, throw it up for DeFore. Moved up to McPherson, who keeps it in, throws it back into the corner for Hene. To DeFore. Makes a fancy move and tries to break in with a toe drag, and he'll miss that pass off. And the Wildcats will clear it with 20 seconds left to go on their penalty kill. 11:30 left here in this period. It's McPherson. We'll get a stoppage in play for a cross check against Turner. So Wildcats will head to the power play, but first it'll be 4-on-4 for 14 seconds while we wait for the Rangers power play to end. So 11:26 here. 4-on-4, and then a Wildcats power play, and they're going to try and extend their lead. Moved in and played out by Kendall. Here comes Kendall. It's a 2-on-1. He's got Cooper. Cooper will circle it back and throw it back into the corner. Now the Rangers have possession. They're on the penalty kill down. Move back. LeBlanc blows a tire and hands it off for Kendall, who will throw it in. LeBlanc loses it to Keating, so Keating will throw it over to McKay. Played in. A good opportunity for the Rangers. Here comes Kendall now. He'll get tripped up. And they're going to get a power play. Here comes Cooper, though, before the Wildcats touch it. And it's played in front. And we'll get a stoppage, and I'll adjust my camera here. There we go. Sorry about that, folks. So we're back into the Wildcats zone. 4-on-4 for a minute and 11 seconds. And then the Rangers will go on a power play. Here comes Ferguson. He's trying to force it in, but a great defensive play by Wilmot to keep him out. Here comes Martin. Shot on net, and he scores! Hunter Martin wills it into the zone and scores. A big goal for the Wildcats. The score now 3-1. Making the Rangers come back just a little bit harder. Wildcats in their own zone with it now. Moved up for Ferguson. He can't get his stick on it, but he'll get a pass for Martin. Here comes Ferguson to Martin again. Shot on net, and that's just high. Back up for Fowler. He'll dump it in for Martin. Off for Ferguson now. Back to Martin, and that play gets broken up by McKim. Ferguson's there to pick it up, though. Over for Grinnell. Shot on net, and that's just off the glove of Murray Chapman. A couple bodies down in the corner, but no call. Here comes Ferguson. He'll walk in and a shot on net. That almost bounces in off of the blocker. Wildcats still with possession. Slap shot on net. And a great save by Murray Chapman. 9:30 left to go here in this period. 5 more seconds, and then the Rangers will go on a power play, which they desperately need here. And they'll take possession. Off for West. And Turner's out of the box. So the Rangers have the man advantage. He'll hand it off for Wilmot. Wilmot over. Here comes Burgess. He'll walk in with a shot on net. That's just high, and it'll rim rack around to Wilmot at the blue line, who almost gets forced out of the zone. And he will. Here comes Howard trying to poke it through. But he'll take possession and kill it. He'll move it back. Back for Bartow Kelly. And thrown in. Tipped off by Howard. The Rangers will have to regroup. Just 10 seconds left on their power play. West now. He'll walk in. Here comes West with a shot on net. He scores! Far down. West cuts the Wildcats lead in half, leaving the Rangers just one away from tying things up with 8:38 left to go. And only 4 seconds left on their power play. He took a great advantage of what he had left. Walks in and snipes. So the draw here, 8:39 left to go. One off for the Wildcats. They make a misplay, and Hane's in for it. It'll battle, but Gallant's there to pick up that pass. He'll throw it up. Turner's there. Turner will walk it down to the corner. Throws it around. Hane's after it along the boards. Battle for it. That's moved up to the neutral zone, and Hane will dump it back into the Wildcat zone. Keating. McGuire now moves it up for Gallant. Gallant over. Here come the Wildcats. It's McKay. He'll try and throw it in front. It bounces almost into the net. Puck's still alive. Gallant's after it. DeFore in there battling as well. Shot on net by Keating. That's just wide. And over for McKay. McKay now. He'll circle it around, fans on that pass, and he'll dump it into the corner. McGuire's after it. Down into the Wildcat zone now. They'll have to regroup. Rangers, just 7 minutes and some left to tie it. Cooper's getting his body in front of some players there. Moved over. Keating can't get there. It's picked up by Ferguson. He'll get tripped up, and the Wildcats are going to get a power play opportunity. Moved up by Ferguson. Hands it over. And Wilmot will get his stick on that puck, and the Wildcats go back to the power play. draw here in the Rangers zone. One in by the Rangers, and they'll try and clear it. Picked up and moved over to Greeno, sorry. Shot on net, and he'll fan on that 1T. Hand it back and thrown back in. Martin with it. He'll hand it over for Greeno. Shot on net from him, and it's a goal! Another snipe from the captain. That makes 2 for him. Extending that Wildcats lead once again. The score is now 4-2. Both teams running into a lot of penalty trouble. And that's where most of these goals have come from. 6:26 left. One back by the Rangers, who are going to need to make a late push here. McLaughlin will throw it in. LeBlanc now. He'll move it up along the boards. Here comes Burgess. He'll hand it over. That play is broken up by McLaughlin, and he'll dump it in. West now loses it off, but hands it over. That's moved up. Burgess can't get his stick on that one, so it's back for Hughley, sorry. LeBlanc now. He'll walk in with it, and he'll get hit off that one. West trying to make it. That goes off his cage, and he'll keep it in. West jumps up and grabs that puck to keep it in, hands it over. McKim will get hit in front, and that play's broken up. Here goes Greeno, sorry, looking for his third. And a shot on net, and he scores! There's the hat trick. The captain comes through and extends the lead by 3 while getting his 3rd goal of the game. (5-2) Wildcats now, thanks to the captain. One in and thrown in by Wilmot. Here comes Kendall with a shot on net, and that's just off. Kendall now hands it off for McPherson with the shot on net, and that goes off the pad of Inners. McPherson trying to get it in. He'll fan on that, but Kendall picks it up. Shot on net, and that's off the pad. Moved around. Wilmot will grab it along the blue line with a shot tipped off in front and moved back to McPherson. He'll circle around. That gets poked out. Rangers will have to regroup. McPherson trying to wheel it in. Thrown back in by Cooper. Behind the net is Inners. He's making it a play. Thrown around for McGuire. But he'll move up to Wilmot. He'll take a second and walk in and take a shot on net. That's off of the leg of Fowler. Over to McPherson with a shot on net. It's alive, and they can't get that one in. It's still in front, and the Wildcats will clear. They'll get an icing, but they stop that play from happening. Draw here back in the Wildcats' zone. 4 minutes and 18 seconds left in the play. It's DeFore taking the draw for the Rangers. They need a miracle here. Wildcats win it, and they'll circle around behind their net. It's McGuire. Played off and tipped in front. Turner will try and make a play over, but that's broken up. Here comes Bartow Kelly. He's walking in. Along the boards now, hit off by Gugu. Gugu still putting some pressure on him. DeFore can't get a puck on that. He'll break up that play, though. Here comes DeFore with some speed. Hands it off for Turner. Turner down in the corner, Hill rimming around, and West will pinch for it. Thrown in, and Keating will get possession and tip it behind the net. Gugu now hands it back for Turner. Turner will try and get in, but it's off the skate of Gugu and thrown up into the Rangers zone. West now, 3:18 left to go. Moves it in for Turner. Keating hands it off. Big hit. Here comes West with a shot on net, and that's just off the pad, still alive in front. Thrown in front, and that's just off. A close opportunity for the Rangers again. It's Hane. He throws it in front. That's tipped off, but picked up at the blue line by LeBlanc with a shot. It's alive in front, and they score! Hane making this game 5-3. .252 left. Can the Rangers score 2 in 3 minutes? Played off for Greneau. Greneau tries to move it up to Martin, but LeBlanc picks it up and Hill dump it in. Finley Howe making a play. Hit off and moved up. Kept in, but here comes the Wildcats. It's Martin. That play gets broken up by Wilmot, a good play. And he'll walk in with the puck now. Here comes Wilmot. Almost hit off that one. Into the corner now. He's still got it. He'll play it in front. It's alive. A shot and they score! The Rangers are making a case for their comeback. It's Kendall with that goal, making this game 5-4. Two minutes and 19 seconds left here. A close game this is, and we'll get a timeout. While we have a timeout, we'll hear a quick word from our sponsors.
Tonight's stream is brought to you by John Ross & Sons, Atlantic Canada's scrap metal pros. Cleaning out the garage, job site, or shop, turn your steel, copper, and aluminum into cast. Drop off at their HRM locations or book a convenient bin for bigger hauls. Family-owned, environmentally responsible recycling that keeps our community clean and jobs local. Visit jrsons.ca and tell them High Button Sports sent you. John Ross & Sons, scrap metal made simple.
Welcome back here, folks. A center ice face-off, 2. They moved it to 2:22. 2:22 now left here in the third period. Refs are talking over something at the box. And here's the draw. Rangers looking to come back. Wildcats looking to keep their lead. And it's won back by the Rangers to West. West will fly it up and in for Turner. Turner dumps it in. Hane's chasing after that one with some speed. Martin now throws it up. Great play by DeFore to try and keep that one in to the Wildcats zone. Wildcats take possession now. It's DeFore. He'll circle around and walk in with it. Here comes DeFore. He'll chase that puck in the corner. Hands it off for Hane, who gets hit off that puck. Thrown in front, and it's almost in. Hane will throw it back. And over to West with a shot on net. That'll hit off a player. Wilmot trying to get it in there. And that'll get cleared out. And an icing. With 1:31 left to go. An exciting game this is. McKay seems to be holding something. He got hurt in that play. Or it's Martin, sorry. Looks like we're going to get another timeout, perhaps. Another timeout. Rangers talking over a play to hopefully tie this one up. Wildcats talking over how to defend their lead and take this game. Timeout's over, and we'll head back to the play. Rangers looking to score. 1:31 left to go. The barn is packed, and people are pretty excited. Here we go. Cooper taking the draw. He'll win it back. Back for Cooper now. Or it's Kendall, sorry. He'll walk in with a shot on net. It's in front. They're going to try and wrap it around. Shot on net, and they score! DeFord with the tying goal. This barn is going nuts. So this game is tied up at 5 with 1:22 left. Kendall now will throw it in. Kendall into the corner now. Back for Greenboro. Moved up, McLaughlin. Hands it over. Wildcats will dump it in. LeBlanc will chase it as well as Wilmot. Wilmot with it now. Hands it off for Kendall. Up to Hene. Back for Kendall. Back to Hene. Hene will chase after that one. Moves it up for Kendall, and Kendall will try and tip it in. And they'll go off for a change. Renault moves it up. Here comes Rolls. He'll walk in. 35 seconds left. A shot off the blocker of Murray Chapman. Moves it up and out. And that'll be an icing. .24 seconds left here in regulation. Song for this moment. 24 seconds left. Martin taking the draw. Hands it off for Keating. Will throw it into the corner, and it's around. McKay will pinch for it and throws it back in. Gallant after behind the net now. That's moved up. Keating will pinch. 12 seconds left. Rangers will clear it out to the neutral zone. McKay's there. 7 seconds. Hands it off. And a big hit from McKim. And that gets thrown in. And this game will go to overtime. Teams will talk things over here. And we'll hear a quick word from our sponsors while we wait.
Tonight's stream is brought to you by John Ross & Sons, Atlantic Canada's scrap metal pros. Cleaning out the garage, job site, or shop, turn your steel, copper, and aluminum into cast. Drop off at their HRM locations or book a convenient bin for bigger hauls. Family-owned, environmentally responsible recycling that keeps our community clean and jobs local. Visit jrsons.ca and tell them High Button Sports sent you. John Ross & Sons, scrap metal made simple.
Welcome back here, folks. So if you aren't aware, it's 3-on-3 for overtime, 5 minutes a period. Both teams getting ready. One will walk away with the win. A very exciting game so far. Can the Rangers complete the comeback, or will the Wildcats defend their lead? Or what was their lead? Martin against Kendall on the face-off. And here we go. OT is about to start. And the Wildcats will win it back. It's Greneau with it. Off for Martin. Martin will take a moment behind his net. He'll skate up with it. And that's blocked off by Kendall, and he'll will it in. Rolls gets there first. Kendall now. DeFore. He'll pick it up. Here's Wilmot with a shot on net, and that's hit off the stick of Martin. Martin will walk up with it now and circle back and regroup. Moved up. Martin still with it. He'll skate it in, and Keating will come out on defense. Close chance there. Here comes Rolls with a shot on net, and that's blocked. A great play by Kendall. Wilmot will get possession, and he'll move it up. The Rangers now. Wilmot will circle it back for DeFore. Here comes DeFore. Hands it off for Kendall with a shot on net, and that's just off the blocker. Moved up and over. West now. He'll walk in. Shot on net, and gloved up, and stopped. A big save by Inners in the glove. Ref not allowing the Wildcats to change. 3:40 left here. And A's taking the draw for the Rangers against Ferguson. Rangers win it back. It's up for Cash. He'll play it off the corner and in behind the net for Turner. Turner can't get there in time. So the Wildcats will take possession. It's Lonergan. He'll move it up for Ferguson. Ferguson will circle back and regroup. Ferguson now. He'll walk in with it. Here comes Ferguson. Shot on net, and that's off the post. A close chance. Moved up. Turner. He's racing for it, but he's tired. He'll make a hit on Ferguson. Ferguson walks into the corner. He'll move it around. He'll cut in. Shot on net. Off the pad. And Lonergan can't tip in that rebound. So it's back for West. West will take him over behind his net and move it up. Here's an A. Walking in. Couple fancy moves with a shot on net. And Inners will cover that up for the stoppage. 2:38 left in overtime. Here's Kendall taking the draw. Wins it back for LeBlanc. Over to DeFore. Shot on net, and he scores! DeFore takes the game in overtime, and the Rangers complete the comeback. What a win for the Rangers. What a win in their home barn. A great game. Rangers take the win in overtime, 6-5. Thank you for choosing High Button Sports, folks. My name is Vaughn Mason. Night.